vielen Dank. Ist dieses Mikrofon? Ich konnte es in Deutsch versuchen, aber dann brauche ich es zweimal lange. Also I'll switch to English and do it a little bit faster. So my talk today will be about second screen or multi-screen. And I want to start with a question to all of you here. So maybe somebody wants to take it. How much media, and that means print, TV, radio, online, and everything combined, how much a day? Any guesses? You cannot type it into your keypad, you have to tell it up. It's 9 hours. But there's a second question, which I think actually is a lot more interesting and relevant today. How much time does it take? So you consume 9 hours, but it doesn't take 9 hours to consume those 9 hours. Anyone wants to take this guess as well? No, it's a little bit more than that, but it's still less than those 9 hours. And I think if you let this sink in, I think this is a tremendous challenge, but also a huge opportunity. Because what it means is that traditionally, if people were watching TV, they were watching TV. If they were listening to radio, they were listening to radio. That's no longer the case. People are using multiple devices, multiple screens at the same time. Yet today, our way to create media hasn't fundamentally changed. And it has to change in order to have the same effectiveness, to be as useful as it used to be. I won't read out all these statistics. If you look for second screen usage or whatever on Google, you will find them. But what they all tell us is that today, people are using devices when they watch TV. And TV is, of course, still the most used medium of all the mass media we have, but they go online while they do it. For a lot of people, especially if you have a tablet, it's now a second nature. You sit down on the couch, you turn on the TV, and at the same time, you turn on your tablet. So why are we not making content that is taking advantage of this substantial shift in media consumption and media behavior? I think it's about time we're going to change that, and I'll give you a few examples of our work in that space. And I hope this will lead to ideas for you in your business, in your creative work that you can apply soon. Starting out with a small example, but one which is appropriate given the fact that we're here in Berlin. We work with Viacom, and they do 8 times a week a show called Clip Quiz on Viva. And I have a small promo that explains what it does.
Du bist Viva-Fan und Musikkenner? Dann teste dein Popwissen und mach mit beim kostenlosen Viva-Quiz. Scanne einfach den QR-Code oder gehe auf viva.tv/quiz und beantworte die Fragen zum Künstler, dessen Clip gerade läuft. Messe dich mit deinen Freunden und teile auf Facebook mit, wer am meisten weiß. Der Gewinner erhält iTunes-Guthaben in Wert von 10 Euro pro Runde. Viva Quiz. Dienstag bis Donnerstag, 20:15 Uhr bei Viva.
So what we've done is we've made it possible whenever a music video plays, it turns into a little game. You can answer questions about it. If you answer those questions, you see if you have any friends who are playing along. You can compare the score, and in the end, you can win prizes. And because MTV or Viva already has all this information, this is a very efficient way to automatically generate a second screen. And it's not just about telling on TV that you can go online to play along. It's actually also about people online telling that there's something interesting on TV. So this is a very integrated way of combining online with television. Another example, we've just been told that there's a Dutch influence on German TV. This is a show which is currently running in the Netherlands called Hunt for Millions. It also includes Deal or No Deal, quite well-known game show. And this is, I hope, known to you, Linda de Mol.
En voor u thuis hebben wij tegenwoordig onze eigen
I will talk over this.
miljoenenjacht-app.
This is in Dutch. We already have enough languages on stage today. But this is a promo where Linda explains that now there is a second screen app. This was done as a test last May. She only did a single call to action. And this was done, created for the sponsor, the National Lottery. They expected to have 10,000 people respond to this call to action by Linda de Mol. It were 80,000 people who participated. So you can imagine that now the National Lottery has decided to create second screen experiences for all the TV shows that they sponsor, and they are the #1 sponsor of TV content in the Netherlands. So having somebody like Linda de Mol, who's a trusted TV personality, announce a second screen app that you can download and use to start playing along with the show is very significant. Another big show that we're part of is The Voice. This is something which is currently running in the Netherlands and heavily sponsored by Vodafone.
The Voice of Holland wordt mede mobiel gemaakt door Vodafone. Power to you.
And what we do with The Voice is that it is possible to not just play along during the broadcast, but also prior to every audition show. You can already listen to the talents perform on your phone, and you can turn your virtual chair as if you were a coach. And then if you watch on Friday night, the time that the show is aired, and if you turn out to accurately predict what is going to happen on the TV show, you'll be scoring points. And of course, during the show itself, with every performance, there's interaction. And during the live shows, which is the last stage of this TV format, you even get to give live grade, live rating, which is then also shown in the TV show itself. And that's one of our key learnings. If you do second screen, make sure it is part of the TV content. So I think that's a very meaningful way to include internet into TV, make it part of the TV programming. Tell on TV that you can participate. People will participate. The Voice of Holland has had 650,000 downloads of the app and 10 million sessions last season, and this season promises to be even bigger. Tell people you can do it, they will download it, they will interact, and then use the data, the information generated by the people that participate to enhance the TV show, and that's what you'll see here. So here on the main stage, the presenter says, okay, let's look at what the second screen users have said.
Wij kijken even naar de thuiscoach-app en vooral de resultaten die thuiscoach-app hebben geleverd. 600.000 mensen die zitten mee
So he's saying 600,000 people are rating the talents, and these are the results of the people at home. And every time they mention something like this on TV, we have 2,000 new users. So this is a really powerful way to involve the audience in a TV show. But there's another one, and this is the last example I'll give today. We just had elections last month for national government. And both for the commercial broadcaster, RTL, as well as for the public broadcaster, we offered second screen, which was used during the debates. This is the promo that RTL used during one of the major debates that we had.
Wie wint het carré-debat? Dat bepaalt u. Ga naar onze
So the key sentence was the first one. Who wins the debate? You determine the winner. So for the first time in history, anywhere in the world, people online in real time could pick the winner of the political debate. And this was actually something which we didn't come up with. We just gave the tools to the broadcaster, and they had this idea. And they all used this. So it was not just picking the winner, it was also a way to express your sentiment, a thumbs up or thumbs down, applause or boo, basically, throughout the debates. People at home in a one-on-one debate could award the final word to one of the candidates in the one-on-one debate. Of course, this was completely social. You could see whatever your friends were saying during the debate about the politicians on stage. If you choose to, of course, you could also play anonymous or participate anonymous. And there was also TV graphics. You could see back on TV in real time what the home audience was thinking during the debate. And it was also used afterwards to generate reports and infographics and really rich analytics of those debates. So this is the client as it looked for RTL. This is for the public broadcaster. And this is an example of the feedback loop, also visual on TV. To the left is our current Prime Minister, to the right is his challenger. The challenger turned out to be the most popular one during the second screen debates. And he doubled his votes based on the initial polls compared to the final results. And this is a pivotal moment in the elections, when they had a one-on-one debate and the home audience gave the last word to the challenger.
Goed, de kijker op het tweede scherm heeft besloten dat u het laatste woord heeft. Dat komt mooi uit, want dan kunt u nog reageren op deze
So
opmerking.
here you see he's saying he got the last word. Instantly you see the graphic on TV. 57% gave the final word to Samson, who nearly became... his party was in 4th place when the election campaign started and became number 2. So clearly he was the most successful player in this field, but also turned out to be the most successful on the second screen. Now this is the result, the outcome, which picked the winner of the TV debate using the second screen. Next to it, I've now put the real outcomes of the elections 8 days later. So 8 days before the real elections happened, we had 120,000 people participate on the second screen during that debate. This was an 8-day gap. Now, for fun, I've also included the official polls the day before the election, and this was the most accurate one. So what we found out, we didn't know it beforehand, we just had to experience it. But after the elections were over, the second screen users turned out to be a more accurate prediction of the outcome of the election than any of the official polls. So I think the 3 M's that I'm trying to explain here to you today, meaning, mass, momentum. Momentum is here. You can now use tools like this to really change how society works with media, how society interacts and has a direct influence. This has had a substantial impact on the elections and the outcome of it in the Netherlands. And also, and that's something I like to challenge ideas, and especially establishment. A lot of the political analysts didn't like this, because they'll be out of a job. But it showed now, I think, to the average viewer at home, that it can really be part of it. This is not just about game shows or talent contests. This can also be about politics and, in the end, power. So, to conclude my talk here, I think that this decade we will see, of course, a lot of new ideas that will create new media that will really be the big brother of this decade. And I'm not particularly proud of Big Brother, but it is a Dutch idea. So it will be designed to be consumed, to be interacted with on multiple screens. It will have a massive scale, it will make interaction meaningful, and it will take advantage of the moment like nothing else has before. The techniques, they're not the core, they're already here, and they are adaptable. And that's the great thing about today. The idea can be the core, and the technique is there to help. And it is possible, and it is much more affordable than it was a decade ago. Thank you.